Hi everyone, welcome to Oracle Insight. Thanks for being here with me today. Now the reading we're going to do is a love forecast reading for the energies in play for you during this full moon in Leo that's coming up on the either 16th or the 17th of February, depending on where you're located in the world. So we're going to approach this as a pick a card. The options are 1, 2, and 3. So take your time, feel into which of these options you are feeling the most drawn to. And then once you have chosen your option, the timestamps will be in the description. You'll go straight to that timestamp and then I shall connect with you there to begin your reading. Hi and welcome. So group number 1, these are the cards that you have selected. So I'll go ahead and turn these over. So you've got waxing, crescent, nourishment, number 7. Oh gosh, that does look nourishing, doesn't it? Lovely. Okay. And then you have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Okay. All right, so those energies are of influence in some way. Now next up, to turn over these good tarot cards. Okay, wrong way, so let's do it that way. So King of Fire, that would be King of Wands, 8 of Air, so that's 8 of Swords. Maybe I should move these up further, right? Okie dokie. Then King of Earth, just King of Pentacles, 4 of Earth, and transformation. Okay, love that. All right. These are some clarifying cards. We just leave that there for now. Let's take a look at this. Firstly, I'm very drawn to the fact that you've got 8 of Air, which is 8 of Swords, in between King of Fire and King of Earth. So with this, it could be for some of you that you're trying to make a decision between 2 significant people in your life. With regards to that, I'm being drawn to the fact that the King of Fire has the heart showing here. So firstly, King of Fire could potentially be a fire sign, not necessarily, but if we take the interpretation of the cards to represent the elements, and that would be a fire sign, and this would be somebody of the earth sign. So see how that fits for you. But I'm being drawn to the King of Fire in this situation. Obviously the choice is for yourself, but with the King of Fire here, this love heart here is clearly bright and it's shining, and so that's drawing my attention. And then you've got bring love into the situation with this new moon in Aquarius. And so given that's the case, I'm tending to steer towards this King of Fire with the love clearly showing as a connection there. Now the 8 of Air, so there is this confusion. You're feeling around in the dark, potentially not quite sure where you're at, but you might be a little too much in your head with regards to this, given that this is the Air and it is swords, so it is focusing more on the mental side of the equation, trying to make your mind up, but not from the right space, because the full moon in Leo is talking to that activation of the heart. It's talking to diving into that heart space and really feeling that connection when you're making your decisions. So that's starting to be very clear to me, that when you're making this decision to do with this love situation, if this is the case for some of you, then it's really about feeling into the heart space as opposed to being logical in your approach. And it could be because the King of Earth is somebody who is very established financially. That might be what could be playing into that decision making for you, especially you've got nourishment on top of that, because in one sense, given that the nourishment card is on top of the King of Earth, this could be that sense of security and that understanding that if you were to choose the King of Earth, then there is that security of being well nourished, being well fed, being well provided for. Which of course on the, just to throw another spanner of the works, but of course that could potentially be the fact that with the moon there, and we're talking about the full moon in Leo, then this is about the nourishment of the heart. Okay, so that's a factor too. But yeah, that is interesting. Okay, the more I look at this group one, the more I look at this is really showing me when you make your choice, it's not so much about what can be offered to you with regards to resources. It's about considering where the love sits with you, who it is that you feel most drawn to and connected to from your heart space. Okay, so out of the head, into the heart, and then you can make your decision there. So yeah, that's drawn me straight to those cards there, but let's have a look over here with the Four of Earth and transformation. This is what I'm getting here, and I know obviously the choice is yours. Let me just reiterate this, but the King of Earth right next to the Four of Earth, and this Four of Earth, there's a lot of light to this, so there might be more lightheartedness in this connection than what you might think with this. My initial interpretation was the traditional Four of Earth and how it could be quite a stagnant connection that you might have moving forward, if that's the case. But then I'm looking at the fact, yeah, there's a lot of light in there, so it might not be as, the word drab came to mind, so forgive me if that sounded far too confronting, but all right, that's just the word that came to mind. And then you've got the transformation here. This card clearly has that the element of fire and life force in it, which once again connects that sense. I really do get a sense that that's connecting here, in which case there is some kind of transformative element that could be had within this relationship should you go with the King of Fire here. Oh my goodness. And if it's not a case of actually deciding with regards to star signs, just think in terms of their essence, their energy. Connect with whether you have that sense of passion, that sense of inspiration here, or whether you have this sense of stability, security, nourishment, being well cared for. All right? Okay, so let's turn over these tarot cards. I had actually only intended 5 to match, but well, these came out, so what are we going to do? Of course, we're going to take them. Ace of Wands, new beginning. Oh, look, Ace of Wands, Ace of Fire on top of the King of Fire. Okay, this is looking to be even more impactful and in line with the energies there. But yes, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start slow and steady here. Queen of Pentacles. Then you've got, okay, 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Okay, that's, so actually look, you've got 8 of Swords here, and that's 8 of Swords in that deck as well. Okay, very interesting. So let's just pop that there. And then lastly, oh, the Chariot. Well, I love that that's coming out on top of the transformation. So regardless, you're certainly heading in that direction. So transformation is being had, a movement towards something, a change is in the energies here. Do you know, just the way these cards have been placed, I'm seeing a distinction between these first three here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And the Chariot is just movement, having that guidance, being able to move forward, and it's even going to be in a very transformative way. These 3 cards are falling within the sphere of the King of Wands. Now, I know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. The power is with you, not in the cards. However, I am here to interpret the cards, and so that's what I'm going to give, an interpretation of the cards in front of me. You've got 1, 2, 3, and that's in connection to the King of Wands. And then you've got 1, 2, 3 cards in connection to the King of Pentacles. So once again, when it comes to decision making, Ace of Wands, that's clearly a new beginning. There's a passionate connection there, very deep energies, connecting on a level that actually just goes beyond the physical too, because the Ace of Wands can talk to quite a spiritual connection as well. And so I need to say that because that's what's coming to mind. And with the Queen of Pentacles, now from this, I am really getting the sense that you have the potential to be the Queen of Pentacles with this union, because we're talking about love connections. And so I see here that you definitely have within these energies the potential to be the Queen of Pentacles in this King of Fire's world. My gosh. And there might be some aspects of this relationship that's hidden that you don't actually know about. And so, and this could actually also be why you're kind of trying to be logical about which way you go. There's something about a veil being lifted here. There's something about, there's a swift flowing energy here which might clear away the clouds here in this 8 of air there, and will give you a true indication of what is right for you with regards to this choice point that you're making here. Now, with the King of Earth, this is interesting because you've got the 9 of Swords and you've got the 8 of Swords. So these energies are energies of worry, indecision, not happy, comfortable. Something's not quite right with these energies here. And it might be that there's a sense of disillusionment with this 7 of Cups. The stability of the King of Pentacles may not be as secure as what you are thinking it to be. There could be some, I get a sense with the way that this card has fallen, that it might be too good to be true. So it could even be that for whatever reason, this connection could result in sleepless nights, a lot of worry, and feeling tied up and bound and not able to move. My goodness, okay. And then you've got the Chariot here. So once again, there's this decision making here. You've got the two, this is what I'm seeing with the 2 Sphinxes here, trying to decide between this one and this one. Regardless of which one you decide, it does show with this transformation card that either way, it's going to be a choice that in some way, shape or form is going to give you the experience or lessons that needed to be had. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. So I don't think there's a wrong decision here then with this Chariot. Either way you go, that is the way you should. Okay? That probably doesn't sound helpful at all, does it? But yeah, there's something transformative at the end there that is relevant regardless. Okay, so now we're going to finish off with the that nearly pounced out, so I'm going to take it. You know, I had only intended one, but well, there we go. These feel right, so I'm going to take all of them. Okay, let's see. We have. So this is the wisdom of the hidden realms. What do we have here? We've got the dream walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. Okay, the phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change. Okay. Hitting the mark, intention and detachment. And this one, the Swan Queen, transformation, intuition and patience. Oh, well, look at that. You've got indications of transformation there, 2 indications there. You've got, I'm thinking this detachment certainly hits the mark when it comes to you removing yourself from that logical approach and feeling into it with your heart, just like the full moon in Leo is indicating an activation of your heart center. That's where you need to move from when you're making decisions. And the Phoenix, wow, surrendering to change and resurrection. So regardless, if whichever way it goes, if you make a choice that might result in you discovering later on down the line that it wasn't the best choice to make, that's okay. It is okay, all right? There is a lot to be learnt regardless when it comes to life lessons, etc. But lots of fire here, lots and lots of fire. So even in a sense that could be with this King of Fire here, surrendering to a change of approach. Your normal approach would be to, be logical, maybe be sensible about a connection based on the information that's given to you. And this is asking for you to maybe step outside that usual approach. And then the dream walker, dreams, the collective good, illusions. Okay, so the illusions there, as I was saying, with the 7 of Cups there's some kind of illusionary element, energy to do with this King of Pentacles in the mix here. So that's something to be aware of, all right? Because the dream, this is the dream and that's what you've wanted, but it might be that dream is a little bit too good to be true, as I said, all right? Wow, love these cards. So yes, group number 1, that is the reading that I have for you. So these are the messages for the full moon in Leo coming up. So I hope this has been beneficial. If you have found it to be so, then please consider liking and subscribing. All the best as you move forward. Don't forget, full moon in Leo, do so from the heart with whatever decision-making process that you make, okay? Excellent. Take care, and I'll look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Hi, and welcome to those of you who selected the second option. This is your pair of cards. Now we are, like I said, looking at the love forecast for you during this upcoming time of the Leo full moon. So we're going to turn these cards over and look, it's the moon in Leo, but it's actually a new moon for this one. Confidence is your key. And wolf moon, hunger. Wow, look, that's really big moon energy there, isn't it? Fantastic. Okay, so next up we are going to turn over the good tarot cards. I believe I've got 5 here, which is what I intended. No, I think I've got 6. I'd intended 5, and look how many you got of these. We'll get to that soon. Let us turn over these ones. Oh, Judgment, that's cool, 20. 17, Star. Look at the imagery here. It's matching. Oh gosh, another sphere, a circular sphere there too, and that's the Fortune. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. So you've got 3 major arcana there. My gosh, group 2. 3 of Fire, 5 of Air, and then 2 of Air. Okay. There's quite a bit of blue there too, isn't there? I'll hold off on turning these over. Let me get a gauge of what we have in front of us. Well, for certain, there is some major energies at play here, given that you've got the Call, the Judgment, Star card, and the Wheel of Fortune, Fortune's wheel here. And then you've got this huge moon here, wolf moon with hunger, and then of course confidence is your key to success. So whatever is happening, there seems to be some real intensity to these love energies for you. Definitely hold on to this one. Confidence is your key to success. This is about knowing your worth, okay? So whatever's happening, if you are considering a relationship, entering into a relationship, understand your worth, because full moon in Leo is an activation from your heart center, and it is coming to terms with that, your sense of pride, because we're talking about lions here, that sense of regal standing. So that's you. So you need to make sure that However you move forward, you are claiming that for yourself, and you understand that this is your center here, okay? Fantastic. You've got some kind of expansion happening here. There is a change with this Fortune's wheel. I think this full moon in Leo is going to represent and reflect a real shift in terms of your emotional standing, your sense of self. There's something here that's going to really activate that power within you, that knowledge of your splendor. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Now you've got 5 of air and 2 of air. So with the Leo full moon, this is about heart-based decisions, heart-based connections, really activating, growing, really tapping into that inner authority, that joy, that sense of self, okay? And so with the 5 of air here and the 2 of air, this seems to be the movement that is required. And that turning of the Wheel of Fortune is really going to deal with this sense of walking a tightrope, walking the tightrope here, even though she's doing it so beautifully, isn't she? She's doing it, it's just like with finesse. And maybe that's what you've been doing for a while, where you have mastered the skill of actually moving through life and your decision making, and especially because this is to do with the love reading. We're looking at the love energies. It might be that you've done quite well for yourself by being logical, weighing up the pros and cons of things. And my goodness, like I said, I'm really taken by how graceful she's looking there in the skies amongst the clouds, and totally owning her space and her thoughts. So this looks to be what you have been doing previously, and doing it actually with finesse, all right? But a lot of the times it might have been where, as much as you had been doing it with finesse, can you see here about how she's got those 2 birds on her hands, and it's like you're very much aware of the decision-making process, and you're kind of feeling your way through it. Yeah, it kind of is like you're blinded, because your eyes are open, but you're not actually looking at the birds at all. You're actually getting a feel of it. The weight of the thoughts that you have are worthy of actually moving forward with. It's the significance of the thought patterns that you've held. That's how you've managed to make your decisions. And you've done, like I said, you've done beautifully well with this 5 of air. But now you're actually moving on from that thought-based decision-making process. And with this full moon in Leo, you're moving into your heart space. And look, you've got the 3 of fire, which does speak to expansion there. Inspiration, it's passion, it's life force, just as the Leo is speaking to as well. And don't you love, look, I'm just looking at the fact that over here you're in the clouds, you're on that tightrope there. It's not even tight, but you know what I mean. You're dancing along that quite perilously, but somehow gracefully. But in here you're still in the clouds, but look, you're anchored really well and safely within this, whatever that is, that ship of fire here that's taking you forward. Oh, I love that. So this is what you'll be moving into, and look how much more secure this ship is. Oh my gosh, that's so good. As opposed to you walking that tiny, tiny thread there in the sky. No more of that. This is real stability there in yourself. My goodness. And with the Judgment there and the Star. Oh gosh, that's so good. So you may have had some kind of indication that some change was happening for you with this call, and you've just finally chosen to step into it in some way. Okay, let's see what else we can see, because right now you could literally take this interpretation and you can apply it to all sorts. But given, like I said, this is a love reading, this full moon in Leo is really going to set you onto a completely new path in terms of your connections with others, the way you approach your relationships in future when it comes to love, and how you are treated in relationships as well. This is really demanding that you be treated royally. Oh, that is so grand. I love it. Okay, now look at all these cards. Let me turn these over and let's just see if we can place them in such a way that we don't run out of space. So King of Pentacles, all right. So you've got Seven of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Three of Pentacles, oh, Three of Swords, Five of Swords. So you've got Five of Swords here, and that Five of Air is the equivalent in that good tarot deck. Okay, and King of Wands, King of Wands and King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. You may have been drawn to group number 1, group number 2. That is interesting. And in fact, a few of these cards turned up there too. Interesting. All right, let's turn this over. Oh my gosh, you've got Seven of Swords here. So you've got the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, and then you've got the Seven of Cups here. Okay, let me put that there, and or maybe I'll put that in the front, like there. Oh, and then the Empress. Oh, what did I say about stability? That you're heading towards a sense of stability, a sense of your own sense of royalty within you. Oh my goodness, look, the Empress. That is so well reiterated by the cards here. Love that. King of Pentacles and the King of Wands flanking the reading here. Group 2, there's something about this Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords that is drawing my attention here. Do you know what's coming to mind? It's like when it comes to love connections, you've tended to go for those who are a little bit more youthful in their demeanor, their outlook in life. Maybe those who may have promised a lot in terms of what they had to offer you with that pentacle. That's what I'm seeing there. Or this kind of free-spirited sense about them that you've been attracted to. I'm just looking at how these two are placed, and it's like they're energies that, like, this is what I've got for you. No, this is what I've got for you. That kind of thing. But with the King of Pentacles here and the King of Wands, now I'm seeing it in regards to this message here with these two. It's about moving into a time and space where you are going to be attracting and wanting partners who are more steady, more stable, more mature, more established. They don't just say they can offer this, they can actually show you that they've got that to offer. Do you know, with the King of Pentacles there and the King of Wands? Because you're done with disillusionment, you're done with false promises, false empty promises, like with the Seven of Cups here next to the Page of Pentacles. You're getting excited about that, and then you discover that they're empty promises. They're just something to draw you in, but no delivery. So you've got this energy here, but now you're moving on to the King of Pentacles energy, somebody more established. Because, yeah, you're done with trying to deal with these kind of trickster energies, these energies where they promise the world and, do you know, they don't even have even a snippet of the world to give you. So why are they promising you the entire world? They don't even have a slither of the world within their own possession to actually be able to share. So given that, you've got the Three of Fire here, which is expansion, and you've got Three of Pentacles, which is the promise of building something, the promise of growing something. Working in union with somebody, having the same outlook, the same desires to build a relationship, build a life together. This is what you're after. Because like we can see here, you've got the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So these are real dissatisfying energies, potential heartache, always giving more than what you're receiving. Like there's a real drain in your heart space there, a drain in the energies. And so you may have looked to have been dealing with these things quite gracefully with this 5 of Air here. But in actual fact, it's really had a huge draining effect upon you. But you've done your best to just persevere with that and just make the best of it. But somehow something's clicked with you. You're understanding now that you can't keep going on like that with the Judgment here, the call. There's some kind of understanding within yourself. There's some kind of communication that was offered to you. There is actually more that can be on offer for you in relationships. And it was time for you to actually recognize that and not just see that as a message externally to you. Take that in and make that your own truth. And you're certainly doing that. And this full moon in Leo is really about those energies being activated strongly, and where you will now be able to move into a space where your heart space is full of love for yourself and understanding, claiming this as yourself now. You've got all the goods here, and it's for you to decide who you share it with. You've come to understand that within yourself. Oh my gosh, that is so wonderful. That wheel is turning in your favor, baby. I love it. My goodness, that's so good. And because of that, you've got the Empress there. You are claiming that Empress position for yourself. And then you get to choose and decide upon a King of Pentacles or a King of Wands, because you know you've got the goods. And they're the ones that are also lucky to have you. Not just about you, because you will be attracting people who are on that same wavelength and same level as you now. We're not dealing with any pages, we're dealing with kings here, the energies of kings. So, oh my gosh, I love how that plays out. And of course, full moon in Leo, King of the Jungle, fabulous. Okay, so you've got Fire Prince there, optimism and aggression. So we'll take that as optimism. So you can be optimistic with this time moving forward, Group 2. Absolutely optimistic. Okay, you've got patience and stillness. You're in this period of change and transformation. So this activation is definitely going to be happening for you during this time, and you're going to feel that sense of change. Absolutely. But in that change, take your time. Really come to terms and really sink into those energies and have that envelop you in such a way that, it's just your absolute aura. I think that may have wanted to come out. Oh, look at that. It's your aura that's really leading you forth. And so with this card, this is the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, and that says selflessness, humility and conscious action. So yeah, that's you connecting with your sense of self. My gosh, that's really lovely. So when all these dreams come true for you, stay connected to your heart space, what matters, what's of benefit for yourself and others, and when you progress and move through the world, when you progress, this jumped out, so last card, when you progress and move through the world, then do so from a state of place of compassion, from love, because look at that, Spirit Whisperer, Divine Guidance, Higher Knowing. It seems to me that that's certainly been in play with this Judgment call, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune there. That's been instrumental in some way. There might have been something here with the Judgment call. I just keep thinking that you've had some kind of message or sign that has made itself known to you, that made you just think and feel, that's it, not dealing with pages anymore, empty promises, false dreams, no, none of that disillusionments, illusions anymore. Okay, you're going for the grounded, the real energies now, for sure. My gosh. Okay, group number 2. That was such a wonderful reading. I loved being part of that. All the best as you go through this time. Step out into the world in your own glory. As you do that, take care, be safe, be well, and I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Hi, welcome to those of you who selected this third pair of cards. We're looking at the potential love energies for this upcoming full moon in Leo. So let's turn these over and see what we have. Okay, you've got your hard work is paying off, which is new moon in Capricorn. And then waning crescent, release. Okay, so those are some energies in play for you. Let's turn over these good tarot cards, see what we're dealing with. 6 of air, 7 of earth, 6 of water, 2 sixes, 8 of fire. Oh, high priestess, like that. 8 of earth, so you've got 8 of fire, 8 of earth, 2 8s, 2 sixes. And then this one, oh, Hierophant, 5. Okay, well, I'm just going to pop Hierophant there, I think. So we've got some cards, and you had a few that jumped out for you. We'll deal with those shortly, but firstly, I'll just get a gauge of what we have on the table here. Well, I'm looking at this release card here, and with the 6 of air, so there does seem to be something that you are moving away from, this letting go of old energies, I believe, and you may have actually been working hard at doing so. Your hard work is paying off. So you've been very diligent at being mindful of your energies, I believe. Yeah, because look, you've been working on a lot, and it's not actually been fun and games for you, I don't think, with the 7 of earth. It's like, you know that there's good to be had with that little fairy there, and you know that there's positives to be had, but you've not really felt the joy in a lot of it. It's just something that you know that you need to do. Because you've got the 6 of cups here, 6 of water. I'm not getting a sense of happy days here with the 6 of water at all. Energies are a bit forlorn, a bit wistful. And so it looks like these are the energies that you are releasing and you're needing to move out of, because you've got some kind of energetic movement here with the 8 of fire. Now the panda here, whatever change is going to be happening, it certainly seems like it's going to take you for a bit of a ride, and in the sense that it's going to be so fast that you're taken unawares and you're not thinking it's going to go so fast, because you're on a panda and you're thinking it's going to go slow, but it doesn't look like it's going to go slow. When things start happening for you, it's really going to start happening fast. Oh gosh, that's so cool. You've got the high priestess there, the 8 of earth, which is 8 of pentacles, and then you've got the Hierophant. This is you claiming some kind of mastery. Looking at the high priestess there in terms of knowing, your internal knowing, your connection with the energies around you, the earth, the cycles, the moon cycles. There's something about cycles here that you're becoming more aware of. And it might be this understanding too that there is a cycle that you've had to go through in terms of releasing what was no longer serving you. And in that releasing, this is where the Hierophant comes in. This is where you are understanding that these things needed to happen, and that you're claiming that mastery for yourself, claim sovereignty over yourself. Okay. And with the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Earth, see, this is you developing your own sense of song and artistry, music, how it is that you want to show up in the world. This is you determining what you want to bring to the forefront of your life. Okay. So let's go ahead and turn over these tarot cards and let's see what we have further. And so, okay, well, let's turn it around. Okay, so 3 of Cups, 6 of Cups, Knight of Wands. You've got the Death card. That's great. So that's this finishing off of these energies. And then you've got the Lovers here. Fantastic. Love it, especially in a love reading. Got the 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords. And let's put these 3 down. Oh, 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. The Fool. Oh, new beginnings. And right next to the Death. That's fabulous. And the Hermit. Yeah, so this is you learning all your lessons. Okay. See, with the Hermit there, that's definitely what I was saying about you having that time of introspection that I was seeing with the High Priestess there, and just having that time to claim that knowing for yourself. You've done your due diligence in terms of applying that self-mastery to yourself. Gosh, but look what's happened, because you've done that. You've got the Death here that's coming out to say that yes, these energies are now complete. You can actually move away from that, and there are new beginnings to be had because of that. So that's fantastic. All right, so whatever disillusionments that you may have been dealing with regards to relationships, it's interesting that you've got the Six of Cups here, and that looks to be an imagery of, you know, being wistful, just wanting something that you just haven't had the opportunity to experience yet. And it connects with, could even connect with childhood dreams that you've had of what a relationship or what a love connection should be like, okay? Because those dreams that you've had, it's involved connecting, it's involved celebrations, things to be happy about, not things to be confused about, having to deal with energies where people aren't stepping forth in their true self to present to you in relationships. And then that means you're having to try and figure things out that you really have no business trying to figure it out, because that energy that they're bringing forth should have in fact been the true, the real, the honest, the sincere energy presented to you. Do you know? And that would have made this kind of learning curve potentially less arduous. And by the same token, this is you sorting through your own sense of confusion and your own sense of figuring out what is right for you to take forward and what needs to be left behind, and doing it from a sincere space. Because this full moon in Leo is that pulling up of energy from your heart center, your heart space. We're talking about passionate emotions, life force energy that wants to be expressed truly, sincerely, in integrity. And that's what you want. And this is what the Three of Cups is indicating, that this is what you're wanting to move towards, where you're actually in communion with someone else and others. You can decide who it is that you want to commit to, who you want to pour your energy into. My gosh, and I love that you've got the Lovers here. So given how instrumental your self-evaluation, then this love is, you know, that's twofold for me. That's certainly an indication of your connection, your understanding of what you bring to the table and your worthiness, which once again, that is very much the case with this full moon Leo activation, recognizing the worth that you bring out into the world. Like I said, with this Eight of Pentacles here, claiming your piece of the music of the symphony of life, front and center with it. And this is what you've got to offer the world. And it's a wonderful piece of music to add. So this is you coming into harmony and balance with yourself. And not only that, because of that harmony and balance, you've got New Start here. And it's going to be independence. And do you know what? Now that I'm looking at this Knight of Wands, this is the only court card, is it? It is. It's the only court card in this spread that's come out. For a lot of you then, this Knight of Wands is your knight in shining armor. This Knight of Wands is that love connection that you are wanting. It seems to be somebody of a youthful outlook in life, not necessarily in age, even though that could be the case. They're very inspirational. They take inspired action. They're very passionate. They are go-getters, quite physical too. A lot of movement that I sense here, probably very sporty as well. See, this Knight of Wands is pointing towards, you know, that romantic notions, that those dreams that you had from when you were younger even. The Knight of Wands is facing the Three of Cups, which is what I was talking to about your energetic exchange with people. Oh, I love that. See, look. Yeah, so this Knight of Wands potentially is the person to give you that sense of communion with another. Oh my gosh, that's so fantastic. And this Nine of Pentacles is financial independence, but I'm really seeing this here because of the love connection here, that this is in conjunction with stability in the earth, because you've got this Eight of Earth here, the Eight of Pentacles. This is about independence. of resource as well as independence and your energetic exchange, just like this. It's like you've got all of these pentacles to offer, and you can keep this for yourself, because obviously it's necessary for you to actually move out into the world in stability and security, so that allows that security for yourself. But you've also got this to share, and this is what you have to offer. And look at that, the Nine of Pentacles is below the Knight of Wands here. My gosh, no idea when I placed it there, but anyway, that's fantastic how that worked out. And I love that the Fool is under the Death card, so that's new beginnings from this movement on. Like, the Six of Air here, that was that movement. And look, the ship in the sky that's sailing you away to better skies. You're moving out of this confusion, like the Death card indicates, and then you've got the Fool here for new beginnings of independence, material and emotional wealth. Wow. All this lesson and learning here, you're better off now, you're better placed, because now you can participate in your life from a position of knowledge and growth. And even in that, you get to shine this lantern for others to see the way too. I think you're really setting an example for those around you. They can see the growth that you've gone through and what you've achieved. And it's really, people are just so in awe of what you've managed to do. Okay, how many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yes, okay, well, let's take the 5. Okay, so let's turn these over, see what we have. Okay, so you have the Desert Prince, which is survival and false promises. How well, that matches up perfectly to these false promises here. So that's true, we knew about that. So isn't it wonderful? Like, that's a Desert Prince, that's a Prince of false promises, and then you've got this Knight here, that's a representative of true promises to be had and given and exchanged. Oh, how wonderful. Okay, now you've got here, I should really just pull these up so you can see it. So you've got positive expectations and clarity. We'll see, yeah, you have moved into a position of clarity now. All right, and positive expectations. All right, so that's fantastic, and that's come about with the efforts that you've put in with the Hermit there. You've got generosity, receiving and withholding. As I said, that's a representation of this energetic exchange that you are moving into and your understanding of your ability to receive as well as to give. Love that. Ice Queen, ideas preserved, non-action entitlement. I'm being called to this non-action entitlement. So that could have been even part of an energetic signature that was within yourself and with others too, that sense of entitlement without putting in the effort and the work that's needed. And look, the Diamond Dreamer, material wealth and true prosperity. As much as this is a love reading, my gosh, look at that. So you've got the Diamond Dreamer there, material wealth, true prosperity. That just reiterates what I was saying about the Nine of Pentacles, where you have a lot to offer somebody, and that's to do with emotional wealth as well as you being independent in yourself with the material wealth, and like it says here, true prosperity. So yes, a great time for you, group number 3, during this full moon in Leo occurrence that's happening. This is really wonderful, new times for you, new energies. Yeah, a lot of authority for yourself and potential love connections there too. But even if that isn't in play for you immediately, that's okay, because honestly, with the way these cards have laid out, you're going to be better positioned to connect with somebody in a very real and sincere manner going forward, which is going to result, like this says, true prosperity, and we love that. Well done. Okay, group number 3, thank you so much. That was a really enjoyable reading to interpret. Be safe and well during this time. Take care of yourselves. If you have found value in this reading, then do consider liking and subscribing. And I look forward to connecting with you again very soon.